Welcome to Quiz Off. Today or in this year, 1912. On the 10th of April 1912, the Titanic sets sail from where on her maiden and only voyage? Southampton, England. On the 28th of November 1912, Albania declares its independence from which empire? Ottoman Empire. On the 12th of February 1912, the Xuantong Emperor, the last emperor of which country, abdicates? China. On the 29th of February 1912, the Piedra Movediza of Tandil falls and breaks. In which country? Argentina. On the 2nd of April 1912, the ill-fated RMS Titanic begins sea trials. Which ocean did it sink in? Atlantic. On the 27th of November 1912, Spain declares a protectorate over the north shore of which country? Morocco. On the 14th of April 1912, the British passenger liner RMS Titanic hits what in the North Atlantic and begins to sink? Iceberg. On the 14th of October 1912, which president is shot and mildly wounded by John Flaming Schrank, he still delivers his scheduled speech? Theodore Roosevelt. On the 6th of June 1912, the eruption of Novarupta, the largest volcanic eruption of the 20th century. It is located in the largest U.S. state, which? Alaska. On the 16th of April 1912, Harriet Quimby becomes the first woman to fly an airplane across what body of water? English Channel. On the 5th of March 1912, during the Italo-Turkish War, Italian forces are the first to use what, for military purposes, employing them for reconnaissance behind Turkish lines? Airships. On the 4th of May 1912, Italy occupies the Ottoman island of Rhodes. Which ancient wonder of the world existed here? The Colossus statue. On the 6th of January 1912, German geophysicist Alfred Wegener first presents his theory of what? Continental drift. On the 6th of January 1912, which state is admitted to the Union as the 47th U.S. state? New Mexico. On the 5th of May 1912, the first issue of the which Bolshevik newspaper was published? The title means truth. Pravda. On the 4th of June 1912, which state becomes the first state of the United States to set a minimum wage? Massachusetts. On the 8th of October 1912, The First Balkan War begins when Montenegro declares war against who? Ottoman Empire. On the 17th of January 1912, British polar explorer Captain Robert Scott reaches the South Pole, 1 month after which explorer? Roald Amundsen. On the 18th of April 1912, the liner RMS Carpathia brings 705 survivors from the RMS Titanic to which city? New York City, United States. On the 28th of December 1912, the first municipally owned streetcars take to the streets in San Francisco. What are they also called? Trams. On the 5th of November 1912, who is elected the 28th President of the United States, defeating incumbent William Howard Taft? Woodrow Wilson. On the 15th of April 1912, the British passenger liner RMS Titanic sinks in the North Atlantic. Which country does it sink closest to? Canada. On the 6th of December 1912, the Nefertiti bust is discovered. It is from which empire? Egyptian Empire. On the 12th of November 1912, the frozen bodies of explorer Robert Scott and his men are found on the Ross Ice Shelf, where? Antarctica. On the 12th of November 1912, King George I of Greece makes a triumphant entry into Thessaloniki after its liberation from 482 years of rule from which empire? Ottoman Empire. On the 18th of May 1912, the first Indian film, Shri Pundalik, is released in Mumbai. What was the city called back then? Bombay. Thanks for taking part in this quiz. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. We have more exciting quizzes in store with different topics, so be sure to check them out. Until next time.